I created Species Nutrition with one mission in mind: to provide bodybuilders and serious athletes with no-nonsense supplements that work. I put my name and reputation on every bottle of Species Nutrition products. If you want to be your absolute best, join the evolution.
And welcome back. Here we are, Midday Muscle. Let's get into it. If you missed yesterday's show, we ran a couple of these current photos yesterday as we were talking about Andrew Jack, so you should definitely go back and check that out if you already haven't. But with all immense respect due to Andrew, we wouldn't be doing our due diligence if we didn't stop to point out how insane Vlad Soroka looks right now, because he's also doing it at a level that very few guys in bodybuilding are. Recently, we heard some rumors that Vlad might be considering jumping into the M Pro Classic, which is set to go down in Spain a few weeks from now. And if those rumors are true, everyone else in that lineup better be on their P's and Q's, because Vlad looks like he might be ready to make a jump and establish himself as one of the truly elite bodybuilders in the division. Let's go ahead and assume for the moment that Vlad does jump into that M Pro. Now, even if Vlad does decide to hop into that M Pro, there's a good chance he won't be the favorite heading in there when we're looking over at KRIZO. KRIZO has as much muscle as anyone in bodybuilding, and his separation and conditioning look to be better than they were a year ago, which is wild considering the fact that he was basically a top 10 guy right out of that gate. So in this hypothetical world where we see both him and Vlad come into Spain at both their all-time bests, it would set up a showdown between two of the most intriguing guys in the open, and that could have big ramifications for what happens with these Olympia placings down the road. Usually in the aftermath of a show, we hear all sorts of opinions from one person or another about what sort of feedback an athlete gets from the judges. But it's rare for us to get that information directly from the source, like we did from IFBB head judge Steve Weinberger a few days ago, as he guest starred on Dennis James' podcast. When DJ asked Steve about the comparison between Derek and Hadi at the Olympia last year, Steve said, and we'll quote, "Hadi killed him from the front," and said that Derek's leg and chest have to come up if he's going to challenge Hadi for the title this year. Even though these comments are coming 6 months or so after last year's contest, it's probably a good idea to store that little nugget away somewhere until we get to November. Because if these two end up standing shoulder to shoulder and there's still a big gap on Derek's end, that in and of itself might tell us all we need to know about Hadi's odds of going back to back. And our final update for you on this Thursday is going to stick with that Olympia champ Hadi Choopan, who did his best to effectively put everyone on notice when he released this physique update a few days ago. To our rider, the most interesting thing about what we saw here was his level of conditioning 6 months out from his first title defense, because up until very recently, we hadn't seen him be this hard in any of the pictures or videos that he's floated throughout the year. And when you take into consideration the fact that the judges seem to be moving away from the bigger is better look with the current group of bodybuilders that we have coming through the ranks, this might be a strategic move on his part to make sure that he's undeniable in terms of his detail and conditioning. As we've seen time and time again throughout history, if a defending champion shows up at or close to their best, usually that in and of itself is enough for them to hold on to that trophy. And we did it again. It's the end of Midday Muscle. Please take it easy or have a good workout session. See you tomorrow.